again, I'm Brian Doctor, Andrew Decina, and Dan Richards is helping with the video. Just briefly go over what the changes were that you asked from the last video. The key one being the ability to change the nut clamps quickly. And we also got an idea in the socket, so let's go ahead and show them that. Okay, we got a pull pin, drops right out, so that's a quick change. There's two different styles of these, one for the larger, one for the smaller. And each time they'll have to change this in the socket. Socket right now, this is the pin wall for the smaller parts to get into this area right here where you have that tight clearance. Next to the spindle or retaining ring. We're looking at using, we'll show you in the big part, a quick change adapter where you just slip the socket on and the ball retainer. So with that, let's see, the other thing you would ask us to look at was the elevation. Nothing's changed there, so that won't be an issue. We did make some changes to the strength of the steel, add the center locator. We'll be updating the drawing and we'll show you those dimensions that they clear the different parts. And then the other thing was, as we all go through these, we'll just show you how we audit those. We are using the method where we use a wrench to hold the nut underneath. So, as far as those, let me just quickly go over the other changes. If you give us the approval to ship, again, we'll be adding another cylinder to the other side of the torque tube. That will make it a lot easier to raise this up and down. Right now, when we increase the weight again, it makes it a little more difficult to raise and lower it, which that'll become a lot easier when we add that second cylinder. We'll also be black oxiding all the steel parts for protection. We'll be tie wrapping and make the lines real nice looking on the fixture. And I think that covers those basic things. So why don't you go ahead and run the smaller parts. As he's running, note how he just brings the socket a little over the fastener, and that gives the proper clearance for the nut engagement. Again, as the operator runs several at once, he'll get pretty good at this. It just takes a little practice. And again, once you get the center locator down, you no longer have to remove it each time you go from fastener to fastener. You just turn. I should note too, we have decided that with the increased fixturing, we don't need to activate the brakes on the slide. It doesn't move like it did with the thinner steel. And that allows the operator to, once they're down, they can get located roughly. They can activate the nut clamps and still move the slides just a little bit to get the sockets down if they need to. Go. Explain to them. Okay, we're gonna put the sockets on now for the large part. Again, we've got an adapter, so that just pops on with a ball retention.
Different nut detail. There is no up or down.
You know, also he'd have to, with the selector switch box he'll be getting, he'd have to change to config 2. He'll be switching it there, little junction box we have to change torque strategy. Okay, now we'll just quickly audit these. Let's do this one first. Got it. Okay, those are tight. Let's do some of these. Oh, you don't? Okay. This is a smaller one. Yeah, that one. Yeah. Okay, so those are all tight. So it does a good job with that, with the increased torque. So with that, we'll get this video off today and then let us know what you want to do and we'll proceed it and we could get it shipped out probably within a week. We should have everything wrapped up next week. Thank you.